If you have not watched it yet, please do check it out. So, in today's episode, we've got 15 scary ghost videos that will scare you in unimaginable ways. Stay tuned to the end of the video. And yes, if you don't want to miss our videos, then please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we post a new video. Let's get started. Number 15. This video comes from the YouTube channel Paranormies. In this video, the YouTube team is exploring a supposedly haunted house and get the fright of a lifetime.
What's that? It's a dead bird. You never said anything about like birds and stuff being in here.
It's gross. Pick it up.
I'm gonna touch it.
It's in toilet paper.
Well, can you like sweep it up or something?
It's disgusting.
How did that get in?
I don't know, is that open window? Unless it gets into the basement?
Maybe.
As they check out the place, we find the house is not in a good condition. Then, after some time, one of the crew members finds a dead bird in an adjacent room, which is usually a bad sign.
What was that?
You heard something?
What was that?
You heard something? You heard something?
Later, the group heads upstairs to conduct their investigation a bit further, and they hear a horrid sound. About 15 minutes later, they decide to set up a laser grid device as well as an EVP device to help see if there's anything malevolent in the room.
Even when I said, okay, it did RAC, am I okay? Like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to... Hang on. Whoa, shit. What did you see? I heard it wrong.
A shadow.
Really? Rachel, are you
Right
here?
from here, this way? Like over this way or that way? Over there. That was me.
I had no idea what Johnny saw. He was standing in the kitchen, I was standing on the landing, and we were just talking about our Ouija board results, and he just took off like a bat out of hell at something in the living room. Yeah.
And even halfway through Rachel, but it would stop like between the letters.
Even when I said, okay, it did RAC, am I okay? Like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to... Hang on. Whoa, shit.
And lo and behold, many devices go off, and we also see a bat flying around the room. At this point, things are definitely starting to escalate for the group, but nevertheless, they decide to press on and move down to the basement. It doesn't take long for them to hear some strange noises, once again, as well as notice a bit of a bizarre activity picked up by other instruments.
You heard that?
Periodical.
What does that mean?
Periodical?
You heard that?
One. Was there something from the room?
It's like a little tap. You heard that? Footsteps upstairs?
I heard it.
Rampart?
And then another one?
about a minute later, one of the men, Johnny, begins to hear a mysterious tapping like mice coming from the kitchen while using a Ouija board. And when he goes to investigate, the kitchen light turns on its own, freaking him out. After this event, they decided to pack up and leave. So, do you think they were toying by a malevolent spirit in the house? Or was it all a sham? Number 14. This video comes from the YouTube channel DaddyO910.
The noise for the last couple of hours. I don't know if it's a bird or an owl or what the f it is. You're making some weird ass sounds. What the f is that? What the f is that? Keep poking his head out back and forth to what the f? What the f is going on, bro? That shit look crazy.
In the video, the uploader is recording a strange tall creature with glowing eyes, which he calls a rake, peeking back and forth in front of his house. The creature's action do look natural, and the uploader seems scared too. But what do you think this actually is? Number 13. This video comes from the YouTuber Zachad. In this video, he and his friend Phil venture out to explore an allegedly haunted abandoned hospital in an unspecified location. The near hour-long video is definitely filled with its fair share of chilling moments, and one of them comes around the 15-minute mark.
Special delivery. This is somebody's handwriting. Elsa? Special delivery. This is somebody's handwriting. Elsa?
While Chad is showcasing a handful of notes, he finds scattered across the table, and suddenly, a loud band is heard near him, which surprises him.
What do we have here? I got away from Phil somewhere. Whoa, what the? I get it. You've been messing with me this whole time. What the hell? What the hell, man? Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's freaking still moving. What's happening over here, man? I thought I just heard something. My camera's going out of focus. Where are you?
Later, as he's walking through a hallway, he is spooked to see a metal rod moving in its own. Do you think this was the work of something paranormal, or something much simpler? Number 12. This video comes from the YouTube channel Lalo Escalante. In the video, the crew can be seen exploring an allegedly cursed and abandoned home at an undisclosed location. As soon as they set foot in the place, it's obvious that it has never seen better days, as there's tons of graffiti lining in the walls, and there's rubble scattered. But about 7 minutes into the video, we see something disturbing. Take a look.
Es que de aquí se puede ver la alberca perfectamente.
As the group takes in the view from an upper floor balcony, they spot a dark creature with long hair creepily watching them from the ground, and when they notice it, it suddenly creeps away. Do you think it was one of the demons haunting the place, or just a homeless person? Number 11. This video was shared by a user named CT Hula. In this video, an unidentified man claims to work the night shift as a security guard at a facility. He talks about the area and the fact that it is made up of a few thousand acres of woodlands, rivers, and country roads with the occasional warehouse in the middle of the field. Regrettably, he reveals that a massive flood that devastated most of the area forced the locals to escape. Nonetheless, he goes on to explain that his job entails checking substations and pumps to make sure they are completely functional and in good working order every single day. The designs for some of the tunnels he worked in date back hundreds of years, which have been destroyed by the devastating flood. He claims that, as a result, there is a nearly universally held belief that no one should enter basements. The uploader spends the remainder of his post describing the conditions and experience of working below, noting that all workers must enter with an oxygen monitor to protect themselves from pockets of nitrogen and additional batteries. The uploader describes his co-worker, whom he names John, as a smart man with a knack for mathematics. After 1 year, though, some pumps became overworked. They were unable to pump out excess water quickly enough. John wanted to hook up some of these old centrifugal pumps that were sitting around in the basements. Although it was a lot of work, John stuck up to his plan and hunted down every pump he could find, serviced them, hooked them up with hoses, and managed to keep the substations dry all the way into late spring. A few days after things got under control, the uploader did a swap and ended up coming in during a day shift. When he arrived at the trailer, John's truck, and more importantly, John himself, was gone. The latest entry in the job logbook mentioned heading out to check on a sump pump in one of the substations, but when we went there to check, no one was found. And 1 year later, another co-worker named Patrice took the uploader aside and showed him something that was found during one of her rounds. A flashlight with dead batteries, tape wrapped around it with John's initials written on it, as he goes on to answer some more questions, and also bizarrely, John's phone was found in Substation 9. But the aforementioned logbook did not state that was the substation he was checking on that day. A little later, police were called to do another investigation, and sure enough, they think they found John's body. That's not all. The last post the uploader would ever add onto the story simply reads, "It wasn't John's body." And this is the final video attached to the story where something truly creepy can be heard. Footage, we see him walking around in some kind of underground crypt, and then suddenly he starts hearing strange music coming from somewhere. Then, as he explores more, he sees a strange white creature at the end of the tunnel. So, do you think a monster lurks inside these tunnels, or something more wild is going on here? Number 10. This video comes from the YouTuber Chris Drake. We see Chris in the video as he points the camera at his wardrobe while inside his room. He requests a prospective spirit in the room to show itself or give a sign that someone or something is there with him. because he seems loudly concerned about something that has been happening in his home.
Show you the whole door and do the same thing I did last time. I'm just going to ask it to open the door. Nothing hard. Okay? What's that? Oh, well. If there's anybody in this room with me, could you open that door for me, please? It'd be really nice if someone could open that door. Usually does it by now. Wonder what the heck was that about. There it goes. Told you guys. I told you. Now. Oops, dropped some. There we go. Okay. See? Nothing's in here. Look at this. I've blocked this door off so it wouldn't bother me no more. And it tore up my carpet. It clawed on my door. I'm freaking out. Like, I'm about to move out, honestly.
Chris is surprised when the ghost does not act, and he remarks that it should have by now. But within seconds, something truly strange occurs, and we witness a door moving independently. Chris then goes to enter the closet to demonstrate that no one is inside, prodding any doorknobs, and he even takes the knobs to demonstrate that there is no strings attached, in order to further demonstrate that he is not fabricating any part of the film. So it begs the question, what could possibly be in Chris's room? Number 9. This video was shared on Reddit by the username Bartino. In this video, we see some pretty scary things happening simultaneously, while the uploader is sleeping in the next room. In the video proceeds to walk around the house, minding his own business, when some seriously strange things begin to occur throughout the night. First, we hear sudden loud sounds coming from the kitchen. Then, we see some kind of white orb floating around, as well as objects falling into the floor, despite the fact that nobody was in the room at the time of recording. Later on in the video, the homeowner awakens due to the loud sounds, and he thinks that the cat was the cause of this. But it wasn't until he reviewed the footage later on that he realized that his pet wasn't behind any of this. So what could have possibly happened? Number 8. This video comes from the YouTube channel Sylvia C. In this video, the YouTuber claims to have experienced strange paranormal events occurring in their house, and has uploaded many of such pieces of evidence to uphold her claims. Take a look. video, we hear strange noises coming from her kitchen. And when she comes closer to the kitchen, we see an iron lid suddenly moving and toppling down to the floor, which scared her enough to make her flee from the place. What do you think is happening here? Is she really haunted? Or is it all a fake? Number 7. This video comes from the YouTube channel Trent. As the camera moves outside, somewhere in the wilderness, we can hear a man chatting in Russian. Until around 25 seconds into the video, nothing out of the norm appears to be happening in the picture. At that point, the cameraman moves his lens somewhere specific and captures an appalling scene. Peers inside an abandoned well, we see a pair of glowing eyes that freaks him out. Do you think it was an animal or something paranormal? Number 6. This video was uploaded on TikTok by a user named Andy Winehouse. In the video, Andy claims that he has been hearing odd noises within his home, but these aren't sounds like objects crashing to the floor or doors creaking. Instead, he claims to have heard his own voice calling to him from various locations throughout the house. Look at this.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, walk. Come here. Come here. When I talk to you. Come here.
In the first video, we can hear the voice pleading with him to approach it. Andy can only pause and watch in full shock before turning around and returning to his room, locking the door behind him.
Okay, I don't know what you're doing. You can literally hear it. Check it out. Oh my god. No.
In the second part of the video, a series of loud scratching noises can be heard right at his door. Is this the work of a demon trying to possess Andy? Or is it just a clever setup? Number 5. This video is from a Russian YouTube account, and it features a group of people looking around an abandoned structure that may be located in the forest. Throughout the video, horrible screaming noises can be heard non-stop, which is incredibly scary.
Голосахи. Заткнись.
Стойте, придурки, блядь! Стойте, говорю, сюда идите! Сюда идите! Сюда иди, я тебе говорю!
Иди сюда.
Вот где башня вот эта вот, и рядом, там прямо, где-то там, в основном он встречается, где-то там его засекали. Пацаны, заткнулись все. Тихо.
Later in the video, the group even spots the creature for a brief moment, after which the video abruptly ends. So what do you think was making these ghastly noises, and why? Number 4. This video was shared by the username Notorious Masaris.
I'm not sure if I even believe anymore, but yo, okay, no, what the f***? yeah. See a ghost. I'm not sure if I even believe anymore. But yo, okay. Yeah. See a ghost. I'm not sure if I even believe anymore. But I'm not sure if I even believe anymore. But yo, okay. No.
In the video, the man is discussing whether he believes in the paranormal or not, when suddenly, items on top of the shelf in the garage start falling to the ground, which causes the uploader to get a little bit worried. What do you think just happened with him? Number 3. The next video comes from the Russian YouTube channel Sergei Ognev. In this movie, Sergei chooses to explore a deserted building alone in an unidentified area. For a while, not much happens, but then Sergei decides to go upstairs and hears a startling disturbance.
Это не начало. Это не начало. Кого?
He glances around a while to try to discover the source of the sharp sound, but he does not see anything. So, he dismisses it and keeps on exploring. 2 minutes later, though, he hears something new, and this time he responds more quickly. He checks out the area outside the window again, but this time he comes up empty.
Ты из этого корпуса походу.
He makes the decision to return downstairs, at which point the atmosphere becomes a little creepier.
Хранилище. Интересное здание. Да, оттуда точно был какой-то шум.
He turns around as he hears unusual noises coming from behind and sees a peculiar glowing light at the end of the hallway. It appears to move slightly before dissipating. He scans the area with his flashlight, but there are no indications of anything there. So what could it be? Number 2. This video was uploaded on a YouTube channel named Zozo-Japanese Horror. Here in this video, the group takes on a case to investigate a Shinshu Kenko hotel tucked away in the woods.
閉めようとした。ちょっと待ってください。ここからね、外が見えるんですけど、随分ね、待って。私はしてみました。5階のままにできました。5階ですね。随分な、本当に。いい感じです。難しかったところが、画面のあって、いい感じが始まって。 2018年のところ6月か6月に始まり去年の2018年のところそれがちょっと変わっちゃったんだよね近いに屋上かじゃあ7階で終わりなんだ
As investigators move deeper into the building, they hear a strange voice coming from a distance and notice something in one of the rooms. A figure standing against a wall, completely hidden from the team's view.
Yeah, みたいな穴が開いてますよ、穴っていうか。あそこ人立ってないですか？カメラ見てもらえます？いや、本当に人が立って、ちょっと待って、ここだけ。
すいません。すいません。びっくりともしないですよ。
見えますよね。
見えますね。
見えますよね。気づくと、僕は確かに見えるんです。
すいません。
すいません。
Finally, a strange noise was heard once more, and immediately after, the same dark figure was seen in the corridor once more. This time, a pale face appeared to be briefly peeking out from behind the features of the figure. Is this video footage actually proof of paranormal activity? Or is it merely a hoax? What do you think? Number 1. This video comes from the YouTuber Phil Cock. In this video, Phil and his crew are investigating inside the attic of a haunted house and captured some eerie activity. Take a look.
Rough on the floor. So 56, 70, between 50, 70, between. Well, it's like 12:30, and I think there was about an hour since we heard those footsteps coming through here, but I don't know what that was from. What's our average temperature? So about 37, 38. That's why I'm cold. And I'm getting like a 0.2 all the way through the room. Wait, it's going to 45. There's 50. Oh, I got a 50. I got a reading here. Oh, shit! Okay. 45. There's 50. Oh, I got a 50. I got a reading here. Oh, shit! Okay.
In the footage, we see them communicating with what they think are spirits of children that are lingering around the place. But then things escalate. They soon realize the temperature has suddenly become very cold, and the readings were also going off the charts. When suddenly, a wooden chair slides down in front of them, scaring them both. What do you think is haunting this place? A demon? Or is it just staged? And that is going to wrap it up for today, you guys. I hope you liked the video. Share your thoughts in the comments below and